today I'm going to be showing you all how I made these cute Hogwarts-inspired Crest magnets. Of course, I have one for each of the houses and one for Hogwarts as a whole. And the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how I made the patterns. So I opened up the paint program, hit the pencil button, went to the size, picked the second largest, and obviously used black to create the squares in the system. It makes little squares here. So I just started by drafting out a shape. I used a reference image on the internet to kind of get the shape I wanted, and here I'm showing you, the numbers of which I had. I had the 1 in the middle, 3 above that, and then I skipped the connectors, which means I started diagonally, and I did 5 on either side to start the top. And from there, I just sort of kept moving it down in a shape that I just came up with. And I'll show you the formula that I used to get this shape a little bit later, or of course you can pause the video and copy the shape as is. After finishing the shape, I would always recommend putting the letter in next, just so that you can be sure that it fits inside of the shape. Here's the H I decided to use for Hogwarts, and to get the colors divided into the 4 sections that they normally do, I went straight down the middle and switched colors halfway through, and I did the same horizontally. I obviously have red in the upper corner, and I just used the fill bucket to fill in the different colors. And I followed a reference image for this too to figure out which colors go where. And here's the formula I used for the outside. The O's mean 2 out or 3 out, and then 3 in. This is just based on how I used the Perler beads and where the connectors go. And like I said before, skipping connector means make sure you don't sort of make the right angle out of them, just go diagonal. And that's the formula all the way down to the point with the 3 at the bottom. So I got this set of Perler beads from Michaels for $5. It was originally, I believe, $10.99, but I had a 50 or 60% off one item coupon since I'm one of their rewards members, and I bought these pegboards for $4.99 as well. There's a couple of different ways to put Perler beads on the pegboards. I'm just using my fingers here. I normally like to use tweezers with like an angled end, but I didn't quite have those on me, or at least I couldn't find them, so I ended up using my fingers here. Here you can see I put the R inside the shape first before adding in the colors and filling in everything. I'm using just a dark blue here, and of course after a while I got really frustrated with just using my fingers, so I'm actually using a pair of manicure scissors to pick them up and drop them in. Still wasn't quite as easy, but it did help a little bit. And if you do want to do this specific project, you are going to need to buy a set of silver beads as well. I am a Ravenclaw, and I know that the color is actually bronze, but I like the way silver looks better, frankly, and it's really hard to find bronze. So here I'm taking the papers that came with the pegboard and ironing it down. Here once again I'm working on the Hufflepuff right here. I think this is the letter that was probably the most difficult to get to fit and look right in the middle. It's slightly off center, but it's alright. I think it looks great. And of course, here I'm doing Gryffindor and Slytherin. You can actually fit 2 of these on one pegboard if you're being real careful with it. Make sure you get the G and the S in the center before filling in the colors. And also, a side note, when you're ironing them, make sure you don't forget to iron the back, otherwise it'll start bending around like this. So once you iron the front, however the way you like it, don't forget to iron the back as well to keep it, together. And here's how these all look after I've completed all of them. Of course, I put the Hogwarts crest in here, nice and pretty. I also got these magnets from Michaels for I think about $3 for 24 of them. You just peel off the adhesive backing and stick them on, but I don't trust store-bought adhesives on anything, so I'm actually taking a hot glue gun and I'm going to attach that on my own. I think it's also important to note that you can melt these as much as you want. I actually like to keep mine really melted so that you don't really see the holes in them, but my iron is not so great, but that's entirely up to your preference. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be seeing you in my next video. See ya.